Dating in 2024 is hard. Dating in 2024 with a chronic illness is even harder.
To life, back to reality. 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 However they leave it, however they want it, however they leave it, however they want it, however they leave it.
Today, we're going to be talking about dating with chronic illnesses. And I know this may be like a touchy subject for some people. Low key, this is a touchy subject for myself because it's hard. Like, chronic illness can be so lonely and isolating itself, um, that you find yourself being alone a lot. You find yourself like people not relating to what you're going through, and I get that. So I'm just here to, discuss that with you guys. Now, some may say, like, well, why are you focused on dating while you're sick, blah, blah, blah. Well, just because I'm sick doesn't mean I can't do normal day-to-day things. I do have limitations to what I can do, but for the most part, for myself, I can still do, normal stuff that any other 20-something-year-old can do. Um, like I tell people all the time, my sickness is not a death sentence. It's just something that I have to adapt to. So, dating is one of those things that I've had to adapt to. And it's hard. It's dating, period, is hard. Like, boo, tomato, 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 throw it in the trash. Um, I tell people all the time, I wish that God would just send my husband to my doorstep and be like, this is your husband, and that's just that. But life doesn't work like that. So, some of the things that I have come across while dating with this disease, with CKD, is that it's either hard to explain the limitations that I have, or it's like when a limitation arises, that significant other or that person that I'm talking to starts to act weird, like, why didn't you tell me, blah, blah, blah. Dude, I told you I have CKD. I told you I do dialysis 3 or 4 times a week. What is it that you did not understand about that? But I get it, because before I started dialysis, I didn't know what dialysis was at 22 years old. So it's hard for, I guess, younger people to relate to what you are going through physically. Don't even get me started on the mental, but it's hard to relate to what you are going through, like, physically. Like, I could be good one day, you know what I'm saying, and then the next day I'm completely on my butt, or I done exacerbated all my energy the day before that I need 2 or 3 days to recuperate. And that's hard for young people who are able-bodied, for the most part, to understand. Also, if anybody knows me in like real life, I'm a very private person. Like, if you don't know my every day to day or talk to me day to day, I'm a very private person. I'm open when I get asked a question. I don't have a problem answering a question anybody has for me as far as like my help or anything. But as far as just like, just telling you off the rip, no, let me feel you out first. And also, like, I feel like I get those two ends of the spectrum when it like comes like dating. It's like I come across men who like they ask me if I'm okay, you know what I'm saying? But then when we start to like really like to hang out or something, and then something occurs, or like my blood pressure gets low, my blood sugar gets low, they kind of just like freak out. But I'm like, I told you that I'm sick. What did you not get about that? But I get it, like, and just because I have like a episode or my blood pressure drops or my blood sugar drops or something along those matters does not mean my condition is not well managed. It just, stuff just happens. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can have MS and you can have a flare up. You can have lupus and you can have a flare up. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't mean that you are mishandling your situation or your chronic illness. It just happens because that's just life, right? So that kind of bothers me, like when something along those matters happen, when I have like a quote unquote flare up and that person gets freaked out and then they're like, okay, this is too much to handle. You know what I'm saying? Or I come across people, and I don't know, this may just be me, but I feel like, get to know me. I'm telling you that I'm sick and I have this circumstances against me just to give you a heads up. But every conversation that we have should not be about my kidneys or my diabetes. Like, that's not what I'm trying to get to know you for. Are you a doctor? Are you planning on becoming a doctor? Do you plan on becoming a nephrologist or an endocrinologist? If not, why are you asking me all these questions about my health? Like, I get like basic questions, but it'll be like dudes just asking me everything under the sun. And yes, I'll answer them, but if it becomes like repetitive, then I get annoyed because it's like, dude, I have to deal with this day in and day out. That's not what I want to do while I'm enjoying time with you or trying to get to know you. Try to get to know me. Ask me some questions about me. Yes, my health is a part of me. I'm not saying don't ask how I'm doing, because I love that. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes I'm not doing okay. You know what I'm saying? And yes, I put on a face until I become okay. But sometimes it's nice to know, like, okay, somebody really want to know how I'm really feeling. You know what I'm saying? So it's just hard. Like, it's hard. So we're going to answer some questions about dating with chronic illnesses. The first question would be, how do you approach discussing your chronic illness with a potential partner? For me, this is kind of a question that I still don't know the answer to. Because I don't know, like I said, I feel like my health is my business at the end of the day, but I don't want to like be out on a date and I'm walking around and I be like, yeah, no, I need to sit down, or yeah, no, you gotta take me home, and they looking like, what is up with you? So I usually just like abruptly say it or abruptly like blurt it out, and then they just be like, okay, and then they might come back and be like, what does that mean? You know what I'm saying? I still haven't found like the perfect way to like say it. And it's because like when I was like younger with diabetes, like I would hide it. I would hide it until an emergency happened, and then it's just like, you know, I need you to go give me some pop. I'm a diabetic, like, and it's crazy because I got used to hiding my diabetes so much that I was in like a 2-year relationship before my boyfriend actually knew I had diabetes. Like, I think I might have mentioned it once or twice, like, oh yeah, my sugar be getting low sometimes or something like that. But he kind of just like brushed it off because it wasn't like a serious conversation. But it was like one night we were just like out, and my sugar had got so low, I couldn't see. Like my vision started to get like super blurry. So I know at that point, like, I'ma pass out, you know. So I was like, I need some juice. And he was like, okay, just hold on. I'm like, no, I need some juice or some pop, like, right now. So we were on the freeway. He had to hop off the freeway and find a store and go give me a pop. And I was like, it's not enough. And so finally, he went and bought like a little small bag of sugar from the gas station, and he mixed it with something. He mixed it with either some lemonade or something so that I could, you know, consume it, right? And then he was like, why didn't you tell me your sugars was this fucking serious, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. And I was just like, I don't know, because I've been managing it myself. Like, he was like, you need to tell somebody about that. What if I was just driving and you passed out on me and I didn't know what to do or what to tell the doctor if you had passed out? And I was just like, okay, you're right. So when it comes to like me dating and my chronic illness, like, I definitely will say I was very immature about you know, telling people what was up with me as far as health wise. But now I make sure like I say it plain and simple, and then if you come back with me with questions and stuff, I don't mind answering. I become annoyed when it comes like a repetitive, like, we're only talking about my health. Like, I find that annoying. You know what I'm saying? Like, it goes from, okay, we talking about, you know, regular stuff, you know, aspirations in our life, what we plan on doing, just normal day-to-day things, to, is it safe for me to even be with you? And I have had, that please don't find that as a shocker, because I have had those questions. Is it safe for me to even be with you? Are you stable enough to, you know, go out? Like, just dumb stuff, okay? But I guess it comes with the territory. But I hate that, okay? I hate that. So something else is, what emotional challenges have I faced with dating with chronic illnesses? And it's just like, it's very lonesome, you know what I'm saying? And being alone or feeling by yourself while you're going through something as far as like chronic illnesses, it can become very depressing at times. And it can make you like question things. Like, I question, am I going to be by myself for the rest of my life? Because this is not something, like, even if I get a kidney, this is not something that I will have to ever deal with again. You know what I'm saying? I still have to, be very careful, be very mindful, be very demure about my chronic illness. So it's just, it's a learning curve. But yeah, it's very, like I said, at times it's very like depressing, and you feel like alone. And then like you come across, well, I've come across guys who are just like immature about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then like it goes from like being depressed to like just angry, because I don't, as a diabetic or as a CKD patient, I don't look for guys who know my everyday struggle, right? Unless you have been in my shoes, right? So it's like disheartening that to know that at my age there are still people who are so immature into not asking the questions of, well, if you be like, well, can you do this? I'm gonna either say yes or no. It's not really nothing to argue about, but it don't even go from that. Like, a lot of times I'll be like, it'll be like, I tell them what's going on with me, health wise, and then they're either okay with it, and like I said, something may happen, and then they're not okay with it, or right off the back, they're like, oh, no, you can't, well, dang, you can't even do this, well, dang, you can't even go out with me, well, dang this, dang that. Like, ain't nobody say that. You didn't even ask me or allow me to be like, yeah, no, I can't do this, but I can do this. Or be like, yeah, I can do that. Like, ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because I'm on dialysis or just because I'm a diabetic does not mean my life is over. And it doesn't. Like, just because you have a chronic illness does not mean your life is over. It doesn't mean that you can't go out and still have fun. It just means you have to accommodate yourself. You know what I'm saying? Just learn how to accommodate yourself to your new circumstances and your new way of life. But that's life, period. That's with kids. That's within marriage. That's within moving to a new house. Like, that's just life. You have to accommodate yourself to your new circumstances. And that's just life. Like, that's not just with chronic illnesses. That's life, period. So another question is, how do I manage expectations in relationships? So for me, I feel like I don't really have a lot of expectations because I don't want people to put those pressures of expectations on me. Like, I've been in situations where the guy just felt like, oh, all of my free time, because I'm not working at this point, all of my time should be dedicated to him. It don't work like that. I still got doctor's appointments to do. I I still have things that I need to make sure that I'm checking on. And with my health, I still have I still don't feel good at times. Like, there's different complexities to my chronic illness, and I'm sure there's different complexities to you guys' chronic illnesses out there as well. So it's just like, I feel like I've ran into guys that feel like, oh, because I'm not doing things on a day-to-day basis, then all of my time now belongs to them. And it just don't work out like that. I've had other people expecting, like that expectation of I'm either always, I'm always sick. So when I do be like, okay, I'm going out here, I got tickets to this concert, they kind of be like, well, why aren't you sick? Like, I told y'all I'm sick. And I don't even like the word sick. I have this thing that I'm dealing with, and I'm dealing with it to my best capabilities. Let's just say that. But yeah, they be like shocked when I'm like out and living my life, and I'm just like, what did you expect me to do? Just be sitting in the hospital bed all day? Nah, bruh. I don't have to do that. I don't have to live my life in sorrow. I don't have to live my life in fear. And at a certain point during this journey, I was, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was living my life in fear. I was living my life timid and afraid of everything. But I had to learn that, I can still do what I desire. It's just, for one, I have to prepare for it, and for two, I have to, when it comes down to doing the things that I desire, I have to store energy, because I be tired. Okay, I be tired. I have to store energy. I have to make sure that I'm eating correctly before whatever event I'm planning on doing or going to. I have to make sure that I'm doing my treatments. And then even afterwards, I have to make sure, like I went out the other weekend, right? Had a good time. I overdid it with my fluids, but that's okay, because afterwards I went in, I did an extra treatment, but some guys would be like, well, why did you do all that anyway in the beginning if you knew what your limitations was? Okay, I understand that. I know what my limitations was, but I was having a good time, and I know how to rectify it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like a lot of times, like, when I do stuff, and that's another reason why I'm private, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like if I tell people all my business, they judge me, and you can't judge me because you haven't been walked around shoes. You can't even start to imagine the things that I have gone through. You can't. And until you have been in my shoes, you know what I'm saying? So it's hard out here, though. It's hard out here, but I am here to say you are not alone. I know the dating scene gets lonely at times. I get it. Trust me, I do. But I'm here to talk about it. If you guys want to DM us or leave a comment in the comment section, or even can email us at snapbackslife@gmail.com. We are open to having open discussions about this topic. I might do a series on this topic because I don't know, that's just how I'm feeling nowadays. Like, because I want to get like back out there, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I deserve love, you know? I feel like everybody deserves love, to be honest. But yeah, but I just feel like, you know, I come in and out of spaces where I'm like, okay, no, I'm just going to focus on my health. But then that becomes like lonely because it's like, I want somebody to talk to other than my mom or my best friend. And then even though I have my mom and my best friend to talk to, they still don't understand, or I may not say some of the intimate things that I want to say to a partner about what I'm going through. You know what I'm saying? So, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Please do not forget to subscribe, you guys.
Back to life, back to